Ukraine has launched British-made Storm Shadow missile and Neptun missile on Crimea Peninsula, Russian Defense Ministry reported on Saturday. In a press release on its Telegram channel, the Defense Ministry said that its air forces destroyed 8 Storm Shadow cruise missiles and 3 Ukraine-developed Neptun MD guided missiles over the Black Sea between Friday evening and early hours of Saturday. In addition, the ministry reported the destruction of Ukraine's 96 fixed-wing drones over Russian-annexed Crimea, 47 over Russia's Krasnodar territory, 9 over Rostov, 8 each over Bryansk and Kursk regions in southwest of Moscow. 2 Ukrainian UAVs were also downed over Russia's Belgorod region. In the early hours on Saturday, 14 Ukrainian naval drones were destroyed in the Black Sea, the ministry said, without revealing the total number of destroyed Ukrainian drones. Ukraine has stepped up attacks on its Russian-held territories and in Russian territory in the past months. Crimea, that Russia illegally annexed back in 2014, has been the focal point of Ukrainian attacks recently. In the latest of such attacks, Ukrainian Air Force struck Russia's Kacha airbase of Black Sea Fleet in Crimea on Friday. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky last month stated that Kiev would not recognize Russia's invasion of Crimea amid speculations that US proposed peace deal would obligate Ukraine to give up the peninsula. On the night of Saturday, May 3, unknown drones launched a massive attack on Russia. Local air defense shot down air targets, causing destruction. This is reported by Russian media. There was unrest in Krasnodar Krai, Rostov Oblast and temporarily occupied Crimea. According to Russians, the attack began at about 1 o'clock local time in Crimea. Eyewitnesses heard from 4 to 8 explosions over Feodosia and Kerch. The Crimean bridge was closed for entry, but there is no official information about casualties or damage. At least 10 explosions thundered over Taman in Krasnodar Krai. Locals report bright flashes and read fires. A private house was damaged. In addition, 5 explosions thundered in the city of Slavyansk na Kubani, another 10 over Anapa. Governor of Krasnodar Krai Veniamin Kondratyev said that on the night of May 3, explosions thundered in Novorossiysk due to a drone attack. 4 people were injured. He told that on the night of May 3, the Black Sea coast of the Krasnodar region was subjected to a massive drone attack. The greatest damage was recorded in Novorossiysk, where drone debris fell on residential areas and a grain terminal. According to Kondratyev, 4 people were injured in the city, including 2 children. Falling debris damaged 3 apartment buildings and 3 storage tanks at a grain terminal. Firefighting efforts are ongoing. Russian media write that public transport is not working in Novorossiysk after a massive attack at night. Local Russian channels wrote about a combined attack on Novorossiysk. As noted, Russian military destroyed unmanned boats and drones, which arrived in several waves. The UAV debris also fell in several nearby settlements, in the village of Taman in the Temryuk district, and the villages of Yurovka and Sabanabalka near Anapa. According to reports, private homes were damaged there, but there were no casualties among the local population. Over the past night, Russian air defense systems eliminated 170 Ukrainian drones over 6 regions of Russia, the defense ministry reported. During the past night from 22 to 5 o'clock, air defense systems on duty destroyed and intercepted 170 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles of the aircraft type, the department wrote on its Telegram channel. They specified that 96 UAVs were destroyed over the territory of the Republic of Crimea. In Krasnodar Krai, air defense forces shot down 47 drones. 9 UAVs were neutralized in the skies over Rostov Oblast, and 8 over Bryansk and Kursk oblasts. In addition, 2 drones were destroyed in the airspace of Belgorod Oblast. Footage of the remains of a Ukrainian military kamikaze drone hitting a high-rise residential building in Novorossiysk, Krasnodar region, Russia, and the resulting explosion has been released. Footage taken by residents living in nearby buildings has been shared on Telegram channels. The fire that broke out after the explosion destroyed several apartments. There are no reports of casualties. It should be noted that Novorossiysk is home to one of the largest ports on the Black Sea. This port also becomes a target for Ukrainian drones at night.
Охуеть! Охуеть! Блядь! Вставай. Она не открывается.
Russian occupiers may well deploy a contingent on the territory of Belarus, and Ukraine may be prepared for the fact that something may fly and crawl from there. This opinion was expressed on the air of the Espresso TV channel by a Special Forces soldier, an officer of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and a People's Deputy of the 8th Convocation, Igor Lapin. At the same time, he emphasized that Ukraine will fight back and named several targets for potential defeat. As for Belarus, I think that if something flies or crawls from there, then Ukraine's legitimate targets could be the Mozyr oil refinery. They also have good chemical plants of various kinds that produce fertilizers and provide Lukashenko with the main source of foreign exchange. In my opinion, we need to be prepared for something to fly or crawl from that side, and they should understand that we will fight back, he said. The officer noted that there are 13 roads from the Belarusian direction, but in recent years, everything there should have been well mined and dug up. Speaking about the situation at the front, Lapin noted that the Russians are now actively trying to seize islands on the Dnieper in order to force the river. The defense forces are holding the lines. However, according to the officer, there are big risks in the Sumy region, where the enemy is trying to advance deep into Ukrainian territory and get closer to Sumy, so that artillery and long-range drones can reach them. Lapin says that this is a very serious problem. There have been many discussions about the threat of an attack from Belarus during the full-scale war of the Russian Federation against Ukraine. Recently, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that the Russian Federation is preparing something in Belarus this summer and is using military exercises as a cover. He noted that this is how Russian attacks begin, but where the enemy will strike this time is an open question. Ukraine, Lithuania, Poland, God forbid. But we all must be ready. All our institutions are open to cooperation, Zelensky emphasized. Retired Lieutenant General and former Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Igor Romanenko, admits that under the guise of exercises, Russia may be preparing an offensive with the participation of Belarusian military.